Generational poverty and what some are doing to try to break the cycle. Here's Blaine Alexander.
For years, every day was a struggle for Carletta Johnson.
Just being a single parent with no help, that was really, really hard.
Even harder with no car, little family support, and only a part-time job, which also meant for her no health care. She was relying on government-subsidized housing and food stamps to feed her 3 children. As for her paycheck,
it was no more than
$600
every 2 weeks.
That's every 2 weeks for you and your children.
Right.
And some days
I was sitting in the parking lot, I was just crying. And I'm like, okay, get yourself together.
But it was all she knew, raised by a single mother herself, forced to grow up fast to help care for her 5 siblings. More than 1,000 miles away in Phoenix, Arizona, Jonia Coleman has a similar story.
I grew up in a single-parent household with my mom, and I had 7 other siblings. My mom was on government assistance for a while to be able to help feed us. And things
this
like that.
is generational poverty.
People are often born into poverty, and it's been poverty that their mother, their grandmother, etc. has experienced.
For a family of 4, it's defined as making less than $26,000 a year. More than 38 million Americans live in poverty. For Black Americans, it's 1 in every 5, higher than Latinos, Asian Americans, and more than double the rate of white Americans. And it spills into all aspects of life. More chronic health issues, higher rates of divorce, and abuse or neglect. Climbing out can seem nearly impossible. It often requires a new job or a degree, much harder with fewer resources like transportation and childcare. That was Jonia's reality until 2 years ago, thanks to Live and Learn, where she gained support, new mentors, and a new mindset.
They're trying to help me with my credit, all type of things that they offered to me to get myself back in order.
Having somebody that makes you feel safe, having a cheerleader, having an advocate, having somebody that is by your side no matter what happens.
Back in Atlanta, Carletta is also defying the odds, recently moving into her own home for the very first time. She got her certification and became a teacher, now with big hopes for her own children.
My dreams for them is for them to grow up and just live a life, don't have to worry about things that I had to worry about as a child.
Hoping she is the one to finally break the cycle. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Atlanta.
There's new.
Started feel like shit, hand to the worst. I wouldn't even make a dial if you put me on the climb. Let me be there for a while. When I look into your eyes, I don't see the same smile. Probably blame me for the drugs I was on before you found.
Peace, people. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Matt B, aka Piff. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that bell. Hit that like button. Tell me what you think about the video. If you dislike the video, feel free to hit that thumbs down. Don't make me no difference, YouTube. Don't pay me anyway. So, as you can see by the title of the video, generational poverty. I just felt like this was something that I was, something that's just been on my mind for years and years and years. And then, I think like last week, not last week, probably a few days ago, this popped up on the news or whatnot, and I feel like, out of a lot of things that they just blended that in between the different bullcrap that's going on in the world, they just threw that in there and then they moved on to something else. But out of everything that I seen that night, this is something that I wanted to try to shed light on. So I'm one of those black people that endured this generational poverty, and I come from an area where it's very very just messed up, you know what I'm saying? So looking at these 2 women's story and everything, it hits real close to home, by looking at them. I'm sure they're single mothers with multiple kids, and I was raised by a single mother, and she raised me and my little brother. She always worked 2 to 3 jobs pretty much my whole life, man. So it was just like I kind of almost raised myself, and just she installed, you know what I'm saying? She installed, morals and, ethics and, that type of stuff in me. But, I still chose to, just be a young black boy, man. So, this is just a very hard topic to even discuss. And when I sit back and, if you know me by now, you've been listening to my videos, like, I really have a problem with Black Lives Matter. And I'm like, yo, why is it this the main issue that Black Lives Matter tackle? And I feel like if you would tackle this issue, which is, generational poverty, I think that a lot of things that are issues in the black community, like, anywhere from financial to health wise, I feel like the black community could turn around in a lot of ways. It could be, very, very, very beneficial to urban areas, and the way we live and the lifestyles we live, and just the whole type of whole way of thinking, basically. And so it's just something that was just dear in my heart, man. And I'm just, man, if there's anybody out there though that has stories about being passed down pretty much, or inherited this generational poverty, feel free to give your story, or let me know, because this is not my first time. This is not going to be my first time talking about this discussion. I am black before anything, and so a lot of the videos that I do want to come up with in the near future is just ways that black people can and better themselves. If I knew ways to better white people, then I would give you all pointers as well. But I love you guys, but that's not what I'm here for. So y'all got y'all shit together. I mean, and looking at the report, Mexicans got their shit together, Asians got their shit together. Everybody has their shit together except the black people, and it shows statistically. Any graph that you look at, even like homicide, them type of graphs and anything like that. Even though we make up, quote unquote 13% of the population, we do lead in, well, not lead, but we do have a high percentage in violent crimes. And like I said, generational poverty, man, that's a way we can break a lot of this stuff, man. People wouldn't have to steal, people wouldn't have to rob, people wouldn't have to do each other dirty, sleep with each other, man. Like, it's just a lot of stuff. People wouldn't have to die from diabetes, cancer, like, even though cancer is something that you can't avoid, but there's a lot of ways that even if you did cancer, you could be somewhat healthy enough to beat it. A lot of stuff. Maybe we could, people could stop. Babies can stop being born with sickle cell type. We can stop passing those hereditary type of illnesses down to our children just by taking care of ourselves financially and mentally, health wise. I'm with it. Any way I could step up to the plate, and because that's why I'm here on YouTube. That's why I'm there on Facebook. Matter of fact, if you have a Facebook, check me out on Facebook, Matt Banks, or Matt Piff Banks. Check me out on Facebook. Please add me. My page on Facebook is called The Movement, the DA Move -Mint. So y'all please go check that out if you mess with my YouTube or whatever, and then you want to help me with this journey on trying to build our communities, because at the end of the day, I just look at it like ain't nobody safe until we get right. And it's sad to say that, but black people gonna always be jealous and just vicious towards each other, because generational poverty, man. We never have our own. We never had our own. And instead of, that's why I dislike Martin Luther King. Before we tried to bond with, other people, man, we should have just had our own from the jump. should have just built our own communities and everything else, and we should have indulged in everything else and mixed in with other races. That's how it should have been, instead of us trying to, back, I want to leave it with this. Back when they had, it was a crazy thing. Back in those days when there was just white only, that's pretty much how the white class basically boosted up on black people. And I just want people to know that. So instead of us then at the time taking initiative and, just building up with, colors only, and, you see the white people had their stuff going on, they had their businesses and everything else. I just feel like we should have been, that should have been our main objective, is to do what the white people did, But like I said, man, I'm just here. I was born in '89. This 2020. So all I can do is just, try to fix things, as they go. But love y'all. Thank you for checking out the video, and see y'all real soon. New videos coming soon, and peace out.
Started feel like shit, heading to the worst. I wouldn't even make a dollar if you put me on the climb. Let me be there for a while. When I look into your eyes, I don't see the same smile. Probably blame me for the drugs. I was on them before you found me. Seem like everybody judged me, so I ain't